Okay, part two. My wife told me that I need to actually show you the machine. So here's the plan. Here's where we are right now in the process. We are just doing a test pin block. I've got a little piece of delignate here, and I've done these two tests. One with one drill bit, another with a different drill bit, and those were way too. The torque was way too much. Drove them in, and the torque was way too much on all four of those. So then I tried it again right here, and the torque was too much and then too little. So these are the target drill bits right here. They're about 5 thousandths apart. So this drill bit, the torque was still too much. This drill bit, the torque was too little. So now I'm trying something that you actually can't do without a machine. So I think that's really exciting. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do a third test, and it's going to go through the whole process. And I'm going to drill with this one that's too much. I'm going to drill another 4 holes with the one that one too much, and then with this one I'm going to drill the 2 holes. So the total amount of surface area that is touching the pin block is about 1.2 inches. So the first one, I'm going to have the one where the torque was too little. I'm going to have it go only 400 thousandths deep, so it'll go that deep. So that much of the tuning pin will be contacting the pin block. That is, it was about 60 to 80,000 pounds of torque, or sorry, 60 to 80 pounds of torque. Whereas the other one was like 200 pounds of torque. So I'm going to try this one. That deep will be the 60 to 80 pounds, and then the rest of it will be the 200 pounds of torque. And then the second 2 holes, so that'll be the first 2 holes. The second 2 holes right there, I went to 600. So there's another 100, there's another 200. So again, just to review, that bottom half of the tuning pin will be the tuning pin or the drill bit that was too tight, and the top half of the tuning pin will be the one that was too loose. So it'll kind of be half and half. Let's have a look at the simulation. Here's what the program is going to do. This is what we're going to run here in a second. It does all of these. I'll talk you through it. So the first one is just to, sorry, I can't talk fast enough. The first one was just to kind of pin prick the exact holes, and it's just barely going, not very deep at all. Then the next one is what is it about? I think it's 3/16. So what is that? 187. Just to kind of hog out some material. There it is, and it's going up and down to get rid of the sawdust that gets caught in the flutes. Then there it is, doing all 4 holes. Then here, then it goes to that drill bit, which I think is a quarter. Yeah, that one's a 1/4 inch, so 250 thousandths in diameter. Does all 4 holes. This one, it doesn't peck. It just kind of goes all the way to the bottom because we don't have that much sawdust to get rid of in the fluting. Then it does the chamfer around the edges to give it a 30 thousandths chamfer. You can see it doing its thing. And then the next one is the one that was too tight, meaning the drill bit is too small slightly. It goes and it does all 4. There, it's doing all 4. Then is the drill bit that was too loose, meaning it's too big. First one, it just does 400 thousandths deep. And then the second one, it's going 600 thousandths deep. And that's the end of the program. So let's watch it in action. It's going to be noisy. So again, there's the one that's just doing the 4 pecks to give us very precise locating for the holes so the future drill bits don't wander. So there you can see the pecs right there. Now it's doing the 3/16. This is going to hog out the majority of the wood, and it's set to go just 100 thousandths below the 1.5 inch deep, the lignite pin block. And then if you look below, the last peck or the last drill is going to go just barely through by 100 thou. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 is the last one. It'll poke through right now. Okay, now it's going to switch to the 1/4 inch. So it's going to hog out a little bit more material. So now we've got most of the material hogged out. Now it's going to do the chamfer around the sides. Chamfer is going to be the same tool that was used for the initial peck. You can see it's a 90 degree bit, meaning the edge is angled at a 90 degree like that. So right now the holes are ugly. Now it's going around, making them nice and beautiful. Now this one's just going to go all the way through all 4 of them in one long pass. This is the one that was too tight. Okay, now here's the magic of what you can only do with a CNC machine. I guess you could do it by hand, but not, I couldn't imagine doing this by hand. First one, 400 thou deep. Now 600 thou deep. That's it. Now check our inch pounds. Come up here and check out what it reads. So this is the one with the 400 thou deep, and it's measuring at 150 up and about 180 down. Let's try the other hole just to for consistency. So actually, why don't I write that? This one was 150. 180, and the target is between 100 and 120. We can get this down to 100 to 120 later on, but I'd like to, get as close as possible. 140, 160. Cool. Okay, the reason that's the winner is because, as I've mentioned several times in this video, and I've mentioned many times in other videos, the target is between 100 and 120 inch-pounds of torque. And what we do when we restring is we'll drive the pin in to the correct depth, and then we'll go in and just kind of get rid of a little bit of the torque by doing that. And then let's see what that measures. That just tends to kind of work it in a little bit, screw up the... Okay, so now it's down to 130 up and 130 down. So I mean, I could do another test, I guess, in this last 4 and try, you know, if I wanted to bring that down even slightly more, maybe I could try going 0.7 deep or 0.75 deep or 0.65 deep with the second too large drill bit, which is the one that's on there, and I could get it, you know, spot on. Maybe I'll do that just for fun, just to see how close I can get it. My only hesitation is I don't want to get too far down, too close to the target, because if there's one outlier that is too low, then you can't bring it up. You can bring it down by doing that you know, working it in thing, but you can't bring it back up. So I don't want to get too close. But I mean, maybe I'll do one last experiment. I'll try this last 4 quadrant. I'll try it at maybe I'll try 0.675 deep and then 0.75 deep and see how that goes.